In today's episode of The Story of Animals, we dive into the watery depths to meet two slippery legends often confused with one another: the eel and the sea snake. At first glance, they both look like noodles with fangs, but don't be fooled. One is a fish, the other is a reptile. This is the showdown of eel versus sea snake. At a glance, an eel and a sea snake could easily be mistaken for twins. Both have long, slender bodies, move with mesmerizing wiggles, and definitely give people the nope, not touching that vibe. But appearances can be deceiving. Eels are fish, scaleless, slippery, and often lurking in rocky crevices plotting their next ambush. Sea snakes, on the other hand, are reptiles, close cousins of cobras and kraits, and every bit as venomous as that family reunion suggests. So, rule number one: if you meet a long, wriggly creature in the ocean, don't assume it's just a harmless eel. Your toes may regret that assumption. Eels are cosmopolitan residents of the ocean. From freshwater rivers to coral reefs, they're everywhere. Some, like the famous moray eel, spend their days tucked in rocky holes, popping out only when dinner swims by. Others, like the European eel, undertake epic migrations across the Atlantic. Sea snakes, however, are specialists. They thrive in warm, tropical waters of the Indian and Pacific Oceans, patrolling coral reefs and coastal shallows. Unlike eels, they rarely stray into freshwater, though a few daring species do. Their bodies are perfectly designed for marine life, complete with paddle-like tails that work like little oars. Here's where biology really sets them apart. Eels, being fish, breathe through gills. They can stay underwater indefinitely, sipping oxygen from the water. Sea snakes, being reptiles, need air. Yes, despite living in the ocean, they must surface to breathe. Imagine being a professional swimmer who has to pop up every few minutes for a quick gasp. That's the life of a sea snake. Amazingly, they can hold their breath for up to an hour, with some species absorbing a little oxygen through their skin, giving them bonus underwater time. So, while an eel would laugh at the idea of needing to breathe air, a sea snake would politely excuse itself mid-hunt to go take a breath break. Now let's talk food. Eels are ambush predators. Moray eels, with their nightmare-inducing second set of jaws, yes, like something from Alien, wait patiently for prey to wander close. Then snap! They drag it in with a lightning-fast strike. Their diet includes fish, crustaceans, and pretty much anything that looks tasty and fits in their mouth. Sea snakes prefer a diet of fish too, but they tend to specialize. Some species are picky eaters, munching only on eels themselves. Yes, you heard that right. Eel on the sea snake menu. Others enjoy fish eggs or small reef dwellers. Their venom is among the most potent of all snakes, ensuring dinner doesn't wiggle away. When it comes to danger, both creatures get a bad reputation. Eels, despite looking menacing, rarely attack humans unless provoked. Most injuries happen when divers or fishermen stick their hands where they don't belong, like poking into an eel's home. Sea snakes, on the other hand, are indeed venomous, but they're surprisingly chill. They don't go around picking fights. In fact, most bites occur when humans accidentally step on them or handle them carelessly. Still, considering their venom can take down a person in short order, they're best admired from a respectful distance. Throughout history, both eels and sea snakes have inspired myths. Ancient sailors often feared eels as sinister creatures of the deep, while sea snakes were thought to be monstrous serpents lurking beneath the waves. Today, confusion still reigns. Ask a random beachgoer to tell the difference, and chances are they'll shrug. Here's the quick cheat sheet. Gills and never needs air? That's an eel. Lungs, venom, and occasional trips to the surface? That's a sea snake. Simple, right? So in the epic matchup of eel versus sea snake, who wins? The truth is, they're not rivals. They're two entirely different creatures, each perfectly adapted to its own lifestyle. The eel dominates with stealth and those terrifying alien jaws. The sea snake rules with venom and grace, gliding through coral reefs like a ribbon in the current. Both remind us just how diverse and surprising ocean life can be. And both make excellent reasons to think twice before swimming in mysterious tropical waters. Because whether it's an eel or a sea snake, you'll definitely want to watch your toes. Now it's time to see how much you've learned from today's episode. We've got 3 fun trivia questions coming up. Ready? Let's start. Question 1. How do sea snakes breathe? A. Through gills like fish. B. Through their skin only. C. With lungs surfacing for air. D. By absorbing oxygen from water with their tails. The correct answer is C, with lungs surfacing for air. Sea snakes are reptiles, so they rely on lungs, although some species can absorb a little oxygen through their skin. Let's try another question. Question 2. What makes moray eels especially scary to prey? A. Their long, venomous fangs. B. Their glowing eyes. C. Their second set of jaws. D. Their ability to electrocute prey. The correct answer is C. Their second set of jaws. Moray eels have pharyngeal jaws inside their throat that shoot forward to grab prey, much like a creature from a science fiction movie. Let's move on to the last question for this episode. Question 3. What is one major difference between eels and sea snakes? A. Eels are reptiles, sea snakes are fish. B. Eels use venom, sea snakes do not. C. Eels breathe through gills, sea snakes use lungs. D. Eels live only in rivers, sea snakes only in oceans. The correct answer is C. Eels breathe through gills, sea snakes use lungs. This key difference highlights their separate evolutionary paths, fish versus reptile, even though they look quite similar. Great job if you got all 3 questions correct. If you missed any, don't worry. You've just learned some fascinating facts about these amazing creatures. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution.